So welcome back to 𝗕𝗕𝗚𝗟𝗘 Behind the Build, episode 62. Now normally I say something, talk about the weather, and we go straight to our graphic little sting, but I thought we've not seen the guys for a while, so I have a little walk around our office before I go out onto site. So, our kid Jay, he's buzzing. How you doing, bro?
I'm alright, thank you.
Do you like having me as your big brother?
Oh, you're not bigger than me,
No, a little big brother, but bigger by age.
I love it, yes.
Yeah, how's the grab side going? Are you getting to grips with it?
Yeah, it's going really well.
You're enjoying it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting busy as well, aren't we?
We are.
All types of inquiries, but yeah, you're doing really well. Keep it up, lad. TB's just back from a little trip. What was your trip for, brother? Or can't we talk about it?
No, I had to nip back to Vienna.
Snip back to Vienna.
Nip back to Vienna, where I used to live.
I'm not touchy, sorry, I get touched.
Pick up some stuff.
If you saw his shoulders, you touch him.
Pick up some stuff from Vienna that I had left there.
Yeah, because so those that don't know, and probably not many of you do, TB used to live in Vienna, didn't you? You've done a bit of globe trotting.
Did.
But we still used to work remotely, and was it during COVID or not? That was the tail end,
pre
wasn't it?
and
that was the tail end. So yeah, it worked fine, didn't it? Really, but it's much better now. He's here in HQ. More from TB later in this episode, and come see KTM. I know a lot of you have missed KTM. There's a rumour around. Where are you? There's a rumour going around that KTM has not been on camera since someone thought he was having an affair with TB.
Yeah, who's spreading this rumour now?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not. He's like that.
Don't offend me.
How have you been, KTM?
Very good, mate. Busy, as you know.
Yeah.
So, just keeping my head down.
Yeah.
That's why I've not been on here.
How are we looking operationally?
Good. Everything's fine, isn't it? We've had a busy... I've been on holiday, got back, and you've swum the channel getting a few...
Yeah, it went pretty well, really. I mean, we did miss him whilst he was away, because he does make sure things just move and work, because there's a lot of moving parts in this business, but Danny, to be fair, it's a shame he don't want to be on camera, but he actually did well.
Made me look, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't.
Nah,
we did miss you.
He did well.
But with normally in the past without Danny, before Danny worked with that, it would have been just you come back to Carnage, wouldn't you? Like 7,000 emails.
Oh,
and,
mate.
Yeah. About 7 new lads, 20 jobs starting all at the same time, whereas everything was pretty much running. It runs better when I'm not involved day to day, because operations are not really my thing.
You just throw curveballs in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a visionary type of person, but yeah. So, you've had a little catch up with the team. I'm now going to nip out to Project Grange because it's a big day on site. So, roll the BT. So, I'm on Project Grange, and today is concrete pour day. Now, we've shown you pours on the channel before, but I've never actually been down whilst one's happening. I might even get on the barrow. But yeah, this one has been a bit of an interesting dig, and I'll show you why if you follow me. First and foremost, it's pure clay, which is a nightmare. I can appreciate that more now from operating the grab side, because clay's a nightmare to get rid of. So it's been a bit of a sticky, messy one for Adam and Eve to dig out, but we're done. What this building control officer's made us do, we thought at one point we need to pile because we've got a lot of drains intersecting, but he's been quite pragmatic, which is good. He's worked with us. He's made us put some reinforced mesh into the actual concrete, which is fine. We'll be doing that. Concrete's on its way, by the way. The Ray boys. Loads of water in here. We've got to pump this water out, or we're okay? We're going to pump it out. Yeah. So, basically, it will be a normal pour, apart from this corner here. So if you see, we've got, it's annoying, 3 drains intersecting to that manhole there, that chamber there. So the building inspector, there's a few ways of dealing with it, but this building inspector is on side, you know, he's progress, which is good, because you get some just want to make it as hard as possible. What he's made us do is replace the clay drains for plastic, which is fine, that's standard, but then he's made us encapsulate the drains in timber. So what we've done is we've cut ply and we've surrounded it, that's fine, and then we've also meshed over it, and we've propped the mesh up, and the concrete will be poured over it. That's fine, he's perfectly happy with that, which makes our life a little bit easier, because there's a couple of ways he could have made us lintel it, redirect it. It would have been an absolute nightmare. So thankfully, good building inspector on our side, problem solving. Sometimes you get building inspectors that a lot of them are ex-tradesmen, they just want to work against you, and I've had so many arguments. One where honestly I could have knocked him out, he probably would have battered me, but he was like just didn't want us to carry on, and then I literally had to get him removed from our jobs, because every time he came in our job he was causing problems. And it turns out I spoke to a few other building inspectors and a few other builders in the area, and he had a really bad reputation. He's actually left the industry now, thank God. So yeah, another one as well if you see this corner here, because we're having so much steel work in this one here, we're putting a pad here, and the building inspector said what he wanted us to do is leave, so undermine it, leave this row of bricks in here. He's absolutely fine. He said you could use a prop, but he's more than happy for us to leave just a few courses of bricks holding this corner up, which is fine. He's happy with it. Check with the engineer's happy with it. So today we're going to pour a structural concrete pad underneath this corner, which will essentially hold this up. All this here is coming out, literally the full corner of this house is coming out. I like these kind of jobs. It scares some people, but I love big structural jobs like this. I love to challenge the brain matter you have to use. But yeah, at the moment it's a muddy mess, but the Ray boys are on the way, and today we're going to pour the concrete. So I'm in my beautiful 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗗𝗓, and because it's been so hot at the moment, we've decided to add a bit of extra air conditioning. Look, my beautiful 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗗𝗓's took a whack to the back window, and we know who did it. The guy that wrecks all my machinery, Dave. It was an accident, to be fair. It was in the yard. He slew the other digger and he clipped it. But this window, this glass, because it's curved, it's not like windows get smashed all the time. It's not like you can just go and buy some off the shelf. I had to order it in from the factory. It's cost like 600 quid plus the fitting. But accidents happen. No one was injured. Look at this. It's got a face-off in here as well. Remember the old face-off? Gee, I pulled the full radio out. Yeah, do you remember it's got a Pioneer radio in it? Does it work?
Yeah.
Does it not? Blazing the tunes. But yeah, these things happen. But yeah, more business is another downside of owning plant. But as I said, next year I'm going to learn how to drive machines, and I'm determined to do it. So I'll probably end up putting a few windows through myself. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll do it in a minute. Yeah. Sound. All right. See you in a bit. Bye. 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 So, what we've got here are the blocks from the yard. Actually, have been coming over. Remember, I told you about in the last episode that we've received some material, and we're now actually bringing it to jobs. That's great. So that's essentially has been paid for. That is some concrete commons, and there's some block. Here, there's some actual face brick. Now, all the houses around there, they've come out the ground in the face brick. Normally, you would come out the ground in an engineering brick. So you got a red engineering or a blue engineering brick, because they're not as porous. They're rated differently so they can take the moisture, so they don't spoil and things like that. However, to match in round here, we have to come out in the face brick. We check with building control. They're happy as long as the bricks were suitable. So Charlotte got onto the brick manufacturer, and they've confirmed that these are sufficient to come out the ground in. So yeah, actually is an extra uplift for the customer, because these were more expensive than the actual engineering brick that we'd normally use. But yeah, it's good to see materials coming from the yard and being used on other jobs. It's all about efficiency. So it's finally starting to work out the way we intended it, you know, knowing what materials we've got and then moving them on to the next job. I mean, we've probably got, in storage and across the yard, we've probably got tens of thousands of pounds worth of materials that, the way they are at the moment, they're worth nothing because we don't even know they're there. But if we actually itemise them and log them and then start getting them out onto jobs, if you think about it, you're earning twice, because you've earned your profit from the job that you actually originally bought them for, because you would have allowed them in that job, and then you also are then going to basically, that cost plus profit is be used on this job. So if you can get the system working, you've got a bit of space, it makes sense to basically ingest those surplus materials and use them on your next job. Over at Preferred Joinery, we've had an interesting week. We got a surprise visit from our friends at the Health and Safety Executive, the HSE. Now, Alex will explain more, but pretty much if they turn up, you know, you've got an issue. We thought maybe someone on YouTube had maybe, I don't know, reported us to them, but as you'll see, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Over to Alex.
So welcome back to Preferred Joinery. There's a couple of things to speak about. We had a HSE inspection yesterday, which is just a random inspection, so we'll explain about that a little bit later. Devo's doing a nice curved arch again, which we'll talk about. Tony's windows are flying through from A&E Construction. All the sashes are knocked up now. The boxes are all made, ready to be knocked up, so we'll go down there, see them. And our little trial window is slowly but surely getting done as well, so let's see how we get on. How old's that?
15 years old, mate, maybe, you know? Yeah.
See the wear in it there off your hand?
Ah, no, mate, yeah. But plenty of use out of that.
So this, what Devo's building, is an arch
right, so
window, is it?
Yeah, so what we're making at the moment is an arch box, which will attach to what's behind there.
Okay, so you build a normal straight sides up, don't you?
Yeah.
This just goes in the top?
If you want, Alex, grab the end of that and we can give it a little... You'll have to support it as well, mate, yeah, because it's only in loose. Yeah. It'll give everyone an idea of what we're trying to achieve. That's the inside one, yeah. So that's basically going to sit on like so. Of course, obviously, we have to adjust everything, but...
Oh yeah, so that'll come in more then, will it?
Hang on, that goes behind that, you divvy. That's not my fault.
Yeah, like that.
That's it, Alex, yeah.
That's why I done it right, didn't I?
You did, mate, yeah, and I didn't. Right, that's it.
Okay, lovely.
So basically, this is what we've got at the moment.
So then will that be fixed on the top? Will that slide as well, the arch slide?
Yeah, they both slide, yeah. So this is going to be the sash that sits inside it like so.
So the sashes are done because you do them first, don't you?
Yeah. Well, we need the glass sizes, you see, but basically, when this sits in like so, you see that follows that arch right round perfect.
So that'll slide down?
That'll slide down, yeah.
And the other one will slide as well?
The other one will slide, but obviously it won't, the bottom sash will not be able to slide very far, obviously, because like a normal box would be square, you'd be able to lift it right up and down. Unfortunately, because of the arch, I can only lift it as far as where the spring and point
So do we
comes.
put a restrictor in then for that then? Or does it stop
We
itself?
could put a restrictor in, but there's no real reason to be honest. I think that obviously when the people get it, they're going to realise that they can only lift it to a certain degree, just to where the sweep starts, where the arch starts.
What was you needing off Richard, the measurements?
Pardon?
Measurements off him?
Yeah, waiting on the measurements off the sash, just to make sure that, you know, it all sits in properly. On
the A&E job then, you've done, the sashes are done, the boxes are done, because they're getting ready to put them together?
Yeah, they've all gone through, yeah.
So then the sills are left to do?
The sills are left to do now, yeah. So what you have to do with the sills now is to notch them. Basically, you have to cut that off there and cut that off there. So when the linings sit, they'll sit nicely onto there. So if you cut that out of there, yeah, that'll sit flush with that, like so.
So you'll notch less out of that then, won't you? Just be on that level with there?
Yeah, that just comes to the first part. This one gets notched to there, yeah, like so. But the front part, the outside lining, that only gets notched to there.
So that's all the sills there for the whole job?
That's all the sills, yeah. Well, there should be 20. So
how do you notch them then?
Basically on the bandsaw. Right, so to make this work, both linings are the same thickness inside and out, so you can use any piece, doesn't matter. Right, so what we do then, let's get on the bandsaw like so.
Turn it on. So you take the whole thing out then, don't you?
Yeah. And the front part, the outside lining, this is going to be the outside, and this is going to be the inside of the box. So now that's cut, what will happen is that will sit in there like so. When the box goes together, the outside, thank you, the inside lining will sit there like so.
And then that connects in, doesn't it?
That clicks on, yeah.
In groove.
That just sits into there. I can get it to go in. Sounds like my honeymoon. And the outside line, which I've got a piece of there, that sits on there like so. Not on that groove though, that one. And there you have, see, perfectly
nice
flush,
though,
front and back, yeah.
Good fit, isn't it, that really?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So then that's the same on the top as well?
The same on the top is...
How do you work on the sill? Not the, obviously you got your head.
The head is just obviously there's no heads over there. I think they took them down.
But it's a similar process, just that you're not notching out.
Yeah, the heads just look like that. Basically, just a simple piece of pulley style with a housing joint, which were a trench if you want. You trench it out, and then the pulley style will groove into that.
So it's just like a bit of a jigsaw then in the end.
It is, yeah.
Once you've cut everything and put it all to size, just.
Yeah.
The assembly side is literally the jigsaw part, isn't it?
Well, I think that I've often wondered why they call it a box sill, but I think they call it that because at the end you form a box, because the weights are going to go in here, obviously, to slide your sashes up and down. So that eventually gets a 5-inch piece of ply on the side to stop the weights and the ropes coming out the cords. So it's basically everything's boxed in.
So it is boxed in, yeah.
Yeah, so there's your...
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your live-in lover.
So yesterday we had inspection from HSE. I was actually on my way to site, and Carly, who runs the office, phoned and said, you need to get down here. HSE had turned up, and I was thinking, HSE, what for? So we normally get like a yearly inspection that we pay for in Preferred, to have a health and safety officer come out, inspect the factory, see what we need to do, and if there's any improvements we need to work on, give us like an advisory note. And we pay for that service ourselves just to make sure we're covered. But this was the actual HSE who come, and so I thought, okay, so I had to cancel where I was going and come down, and as I got there was 2 women already here going through stuff with Carly, asking to get all kinds out, and you could see the worry on Carly's face and Richie's, because they were thinking, you know, what have we done? And I think anyone in them sort of circumstances does feel as though like it's like you feel as though it's the police or someone, that same feeling you get, like what have I done wrong? Even though you've done nothing wrong, you just think you have. So long story short, we had a little walk around the factory, and they pulled a couple of things like an advisory, you know, one of them being this machine. So this is a rip saw, and you can see there where the blade is. And at first he said, what do you think's wrong with this? And I was thinking, is it like we're not barriers or something, like is it too close for people to walk past the machine's being operated? And it wasn't any of that. It was the blade itself here. So this knife, what happens is when the timber gets pushed through, this helps keep the timber split apart, so it stops it from coming back together and jamming on the blade. She said it needs to be 8mm from the actual cutting blade itself, whereas at the moment it's about 70mm. So we said we didn't know, and obviously we pay another company to come and service our machines, stuff like that, and they've set this up for us, so we'll get back in touch with them to get them out and reset it for us, just to move it over. I think it is just a case of moving the blade itself or swapping it for a bigger one, but that was the only major issue. All the other bits that she sort of pulled were just like advisory notes, if you like, just like a few kickboards where the storage is, a little bit about when we do yearly tests on the lads, like to do with dermatitis, respiratory breathing, just to keep on top of that. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. We still have to pay for the letter, because anyone else who's had a HSE inspection will know when they come out, if they're going to send you a letter of some sort, it'll be a chargeable letter. So I made a few comments to say, like, when we knew we were paying for the letter, I was asking, does it depend on how many words are in the letter? Is it more expensive or is it cheaper? But to be honest with you, they were both great, both got on well with us in the end, and we had a good conversation. It was a normal chat, comfortable conversation to just say, look, and because the stuff that we're trying to do, we're trying to grow the company anyway. Me and Chris would prefer the company to be running perfect anyway, so little visits like that, I even said it to them yesterday, when you don't feel bad for coming, even though I've had to cancel my day, and Richie was stopped for the day, so was Carly, we still managed to get through what we needed to get through in a day anyway. But it enables us to look at things, you know what, that needs to be done, or that needs to be done a little bit better, and it's just peace of mind for the lads, me and Chris and everyone who's working within and around Preferred. You need to make sure they're in a safe environment, because why would you not want your company to be safe and your lads to be safe? So, and people may think, like, well, it's going to cost me another couple of grand to get these things in place. Well, you just put your prices up, simple. Like, if your overheads increased because you've had to put these health and safety things in place, then your product price increases, so it's the consumer who's going to pay for it, not you. You just put your price up. So I mean, it was good in the end, but it was funny. I was speaking off camera before to Devo and Richie and the lads, not really Richie, but Danny and Devo, and one of the girls who come, she was, you know, pretty okay looking, and because you don't see much action in this factory, do you, Devo? Don't see much action in this factory of girls walking around. No, you don't. They were made up. They were made up. So the A&E project is coming through, so all the sashes are made up. You can see all got the horns formed on them. The lads now are just filling and sanding all the joints. So Will and Craig behind Niall as well. There's a few more done, but they're all formed now, ready to be finished up, ready to be sent off to be sprayed. These here now are all the styles ready to knock up the boxes. Danny is just doing the sills. So what you've seen Devo do about explaining about cutting the sills down to get the sides in. Danny's working his way through them now. Once they're all done, he'll bring them down and then we'll start putting all these together. As I say, Will and Craig are just firing through doing this now. So you'll see they'll put like a little bit of filler where it's needed, where the joints are, and then they'll sand it all down and get it prepped, and then all the gaps inside where it all meets, they'll get out of cork in, or they'll get again a little bit more filler so it's all the joints are sealed and sanded off nice, and then it gets sent off to be sprayed then. But yeah, they're all done now. Sashes all knocked up, and you can see the detail that's gone into them with the horns, how nice they look. Once it's all formed, it'll be a nice job. So you might be wondering what these are as well, stacked up. That's about rich to see what they were, because that curved arch window that you've seen, this is for the same job. So these are Yorkshire sliders, and I was asking why the box is made up first and not the sashes, and Richard's just been telling me then you have to make them first like that, and then you have to route out and do everything you need to do for all the wheels that are going in, because these windows will slide. We've actually shown a set on the channel before, ones that I couldn't open, gone off now to find it. But that's the same again. So these 4 are going to be Yorkshire sliders along with that arch window. So again, another nice little job getting done. But as I say, the sashes aren't knocked up yet, but these will slide through. Just got a pure splinter in my finger then. Only got soft hands, me now, I don't work on site. Seen a splinter? Oh. Splinter. Splinter? only lifted one thing up. Splinter. Back to the pencil. Or the computer. Yeah, since I stopped working on site, my hands are nice pristine hands now, I've got no marks, me. You know what I mean? Dead soft now. Used to be dead hard, like a bricky. Bricky's hands, have you seen Bricky's hands? Like that, aren't they? Just like crusty. Handshake, you know a brick when you shake their hand, mate, it's a proper crusty hand. Unless they wear gloves. So yeah, so another window going out. This is all the same order. This is getting hand painted inside by one of our painters. So this is just the traditional casement window with traditional openers as well. Even inside it's got the old white inlay, which I was speaking to Richard before about. I prefer the black, to be honest with you, because it takes that little line away. But yeah, there's a nice job going out the door once it's painted. It's getting fully painted properly on site, but for now just doing the undercoating and base coats really first, go to site and then I'll do the final coat. Our little demo window that we've been doing off the new software, obviously everyone was getting used to it and off the new measurements and stuff like that and working off a different job sheet. As I explained, this is it now, it's come back sprayed, the glass has come in, but it's come in the wrong size, and it's not our fault, it's the actual supplier. They've got the 6 and the 9 the wrong way round, and it should have been 9.6 rather than 6.9, and they've sent 6.9, so you can see it's slightly out there. So we've got to wait now for the replacement to be sent out, because Richard was going to get on this and get it glazed up so we could see it all done, finished. But obviously it ain't going to happen now, probably next week I think, but for now I'll just sit here and wait, collecting dust. But we wanted to get it done, finished, so we can put it on our new little demo wall. But for now we'll have to wait until next week. So my weeds are growing back now. To do something about that, won't we? So yeah, so inside again, good little stuff going on there. Devo giving us a nice little demonstration, a few bits. Tony's windows are coming through nice, looking good as they're coming through as well. Really nice job that, and then a few other bits coming through as well. There was a door that I was going to show you for what Craig's been working on, but I think I'm going to save it till next week now, and I'll show you that then, because there's a few more things that have been added to it, a bit more profile and stuff. So it'd be a shame to show you it a little bit too early on. So we'll bring that in on the next episode. We're going to work through the rest of the week anyway to stick to a few of these little advisory notes that the health and safety have asked us to do. Get on with it straight away, book a couple of things in, and then that sort of settle them before they even send the letter, because I know what needs to be done there. As I say, I'm happy that they come out, because it makes you get things right the way they should be. Even though we've been paying for someone to come and give us our yearly inspections, they basically said you need to go back and have a word with them, because what they've been advising you on, there's not really much help really, in terms of they've still come out and pulled a couple of things that they should have picked up on. So what are you paying for, essentially? So we'll have a chat with them, maybe just review our contracts and just disengage them and just stick to what we know now. Now we have had a nice little audit there, and we have been pointed in the right direction about a few things, and because things have modernised and changed over the years, a couple of different things they've said that are more mandatory now, whereas they were just a sort of yeah, you can do it if you want to do it, sort of thing, whereas now it's a mandatory thing that you need to do a couple of things which we've booked in and getting on with. So it was all good. So anyway, back over to Manchester, because they are going to take it from here.
Let me know if you need any help with this, boys, yeah? Yeah, that's fine. So, old school, the boys, barrowing out. Go on, lad, get you back into it. Look at this, getting ready for the concrete. We're waiting for the concrete. The Ray boys are on their way. So whilst we're waiting for that, on Project Dudley, you remember in Wednesday's episode, we tried to show you the GRP roof being finished. A few people commented as well. A couple of lads were wearing the trainers, so I've dealt with that. I've got them sacked, don't worry about that. Not really, they're gonna wear their boots. They're actually saying it was just easier to get out the window and get on the roof, and there was more grip and whatnot. But you need to be wearing boots when you're on site, so we've dealt with that. Hopefully, in this, what I'm gonna show you now, there are no trainers. So the weather is all right today, so we're gonna get the top coat on the actual dormer roof, the GRP roof. So over to Project Dudley. Is this the best concreting company in Manchester, North West and all of Cheshire? You're not on time though, are you? What's going on? We got water pouring in here. Yeah, I'm waiting for you. I'm going to give you a lift. Greedy, greedy. How long are you going to be? You're mad. You're about half an hour away yet. Right. That'll take you about 20 minutes at least if you're only in Carrington. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right, lad. All right. Well, we're waiting for you because it's flooding in, so we're having to bucket it out. All right, lad. No, we don't need a pump. It's fine. It's only like puddling in, but having to stay on top of it. Yeah. All right. See you when you get here. Bye bye. Right. Sod it. I'll go and get us a butty. What do you want? So whilst we've been waiting for the concrete, I've been and got the boys a sandwich. You know what they say, don't you? Happy workforce, happy job, happy customer. So, bacon, brown sauce. But we forgot to get the Ray boys.
Nice one.
You're welcome. Thanks for all your hard work. It doesn't say it's got any sauce on that. And then spam and egg, that's Hollywood's catch. So yeah, but whilst we've got the Ray boys here, we're also having a sandwich. Carl's here.
You all right?
Well, are you flying low though, Carl?
Oh dear,
Jesus. That could have been a shocker, that. I want you to talk me through. So what we like about the Ray boys, the reason we use them, because you get a genuine reading when you get your concrete, because other providers, I won't name names, you'll go, you think it's, we've measured it, we worked it out, you think it's 6 cube, you get charged for 7 or whatever. But tell me why you're so on, show me how it works, Carl. Come on, Hollywood, come and see.
Well, we just have a meter. Oh, it's not even on at the minute. It's just wagon switched off.
Nice, man. But how do other companies do it when they don't actually give you a genuine...
Well, they just make it up, don't they?
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Does it actually happen?
Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely. We seem to go to a lot when people have ordered, say, 6 cube or something, and we've turned up and put 3 in, and they go, how's that filled the hole?
No, I've never questioned it, really, in the past. Until you told me, really. But I mean, probably there's ones that are not like that, but there are some
they're
that
not
are
all
like that.
Definitely.
But yeah, how's it going anyway with the
yeah, it's
volley?
good. Yeah, it's good.
Earning its
yeah, it's busy.
investment.
Yeah, it's busy. It's out
How
every
much
day.
you put into it? You put in like
a lot of money,
operation.
300 grand, say more.
If you've not seen the video where we went down to the raise, yeah, I'm going to go back soon, but watch it. In fact, Hollywood, get a link to that now, and we'll. It's a great video. If you're interested in yards and aggregates, their yard is bang on. It's like basically everything I want our yard to be. But yeah, so would you say you're earning money from it now?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's out every day now. It's busy.
Yeah,
We're doing the concrete Lego blocks now as well, aren't we? Making them in the yard.
So, yeah, good plug. Yeah, so he is actually. He's doing them. We're just negotiating at the moment because I don't want to pay as much as he's charging, but they are a good price. He's right. So yeah, if you need concrete, you can't say Lego blocks. Concrete interconnecting blocks.
Yeah.
Hit the Ray Brothers up anyway. When are you going to start your YouTube channel?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't got time.
No, don't give me that.
Maybe one day.
He said as well, and I don't know if it's just a claim, but he said they'll do concrete 24/7. Do you actually mean that?
Yeah, definitely.
Anytime.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day as well, he said, yeah.
I'll come out in the wagon anytime.
Somebody please build on Christmas Day and test it.
Yeah.
Because then
No
we can
worries.
actually see if he's
I'll bring the turkey with me.
That'd be good. I actually think this guy, I know this guy quite well now. They've both been great for me and they've been dead helpful. But I actually think he would do that.
Definitely.
Well, I don't think Mark would, but I think you
No,
would.
I would.
But yeah, so how many cubes are we going to be pouring today? The lads have said...
6, I think,
Adam,
isn't it? 6 or 7.
how many cubes?
What for?
What are we going to work out? We're going to test your maths. How many cubes do you reckon's here?
In this job?
Yeah.
7.5.
7.5, right?
All right.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end. Make sure, Hollywood, you get a shot at the end of
the meter.
Yeah, so let's see. Right, anyway, let's get back to work, boys. Can't actually believe what I'm seeing here. Carl, one of the actual Ray Brothers, is on the barrow. Normally, he just stood there pressing the buttons. Do you take it in turns? Jeez. I actually thought about getting on the barrow a little bit, but nah. So, what happens is, basically, concrete out the chute, into the barrows, poured in, and then we've got Steve here tamping it as it goes along. Now we've put these pins in here and these have been leveled through, so that's our finished concrete height there. At the moment we just get it in, it'll find its level to a rough height, and then we'll make sure we hit those actual... Go on, Adam, lad. That's money you're pouring away there. Get that in. Money. Jeez. So yeah, it's as simple as that. You could hire a pump, but for a job like this, there's no point. If it was like a pour that was hundreds of yards away from where we can get the truck, that's it, Steve. Every penny counts. Yeah, we would do it. We would get a pump in and pump it in, but it's not worth it. This is perfect, this though. So yeah, by the end of the day, perfect. Doing a pour on a Friday as well. This will then go off over the weekend, cure, and then by Monday, we'll be able to lay bricks, which is the model. But yeah, I've not seen this before. Well, I have, actually, it's a lie, but I've not seen it for a while. And the way in which the building control officers asked us to do it is definitely a different way of doing it, but it'll work. And as long as it's safe, compliant, and it's going to be here in 50 years' time, then nobody really cares. So that's it now. I'm going to go back to HQ, got loads to sort out, got a lot of work coming up, which is great for the channel, it's good for us as well, but we need to get organised. If you do need concrete in the Manchester, Cheshire, Northwest, make sure you speak to the Ray boys. Also, they do aggregates. Well, get your aggregates from us, yeah? But no, if you need a really good quality concrete pouring services, barrow service, concrete supply service, or you need the interlocking concrete blocks, speak to the Ray boys. The top lads, really friendly, they'll answer the phone at any time. But yeah, back to HQ now, let's go. So I'm back at HQ now, quite a bit to do, but as you can see in our real-time updates using our software, the concrete is nearly poured. Look, there's the man behind the camera, Hollywood there. So it's now done, as you've seen, and actually, as discussed, we didn't use as much concrete as we thought. I think it was 5.5 cube that was used. So it just goes to show the good guys, the Ray brothers. I want to take you back to their yard in the coming weeks because they've had quite a lot of developments there and they've expanded a little bit. So it'd be really good to see what they're up to now. Really, really good lads. And I love working with other companies. And people think that we're in competition with them because they do building work, they supply aggregates, but we don't. We just help each other out. In fact, they're buying some recycled aggregate off us next week. So I believe in cooperation over competition. Over in Liverpool at Project Jubilee, these are these two HMOs, part of a wider scheme of HMOs. We're right near the finish line now. Mr. Riddick and Christian are on site, just trying to pick up all the loose bits and pieces. It's quite a hard project for us, that, because it's outside of our main city where most of our guys are based. Even though Alex and Christian are all based in Liverpool, they've been really busy on our stuff, so they've come at the tail end, but we whipped them into shape. We've delivered them when we said we were going to deliver them, which is the end of September to the client. They're going to step in, do the decorating, and we'll nip back and box off. But let's go and have a look at where those jobs are up to.
John, what are you doing? Filming you, yeah. Come and see me in a minute. Come, you gotta come over here. It's funny, him. He's a landlord who's in the area, local landlord in the area. He's got about a couple of houses around here. We've done a bit of business with him in the past. And he's one character, let me tell you. One character. We manage one of his properties still at the moment, and we're in talks about giving it back to him because he's an old school landlord. It's probably the best way, the nicest way to say it. And you can make your own assumption what you think that means anyway. Honestly, you'll come over in a minute, hilarious. Are you filming me? So yeah, so we're back on Jubilee Drive, Liverpool. The client jobs, this one and the one down the road. So we're going to go in and have a little look how we're getting on. Funny John, I'll chat with him in a minute if we can get him on camera. But inside I want to speak to Dad and Lad, Ross and Ray, because their van's here, see how we're going.
Hole in the middle. Just one hole. Yeah, and that's a little bit,
How are we getting on?
Yeah. There's some touches now.
Yeah? Then we done?
Appliances, yeah, we're done in half an hour or something.
On the appliances?
Yeah.
You all connected then, are you, Matt, now?
Yeah.
Fire alarm? Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that there then? Smoke head or something?
Emergency.
Okay. Close that, don't you? It's close to the light now? Yeah, so this was, you remember when we spoke about the circles getting drawn, this was what I said was probably the worst one in the house that did need correcting. And what happened was where the plasters had put the boards together, to where the tape and joint section is, it just sank, hadn't it? All I think it was what's really happened there, and you just haven't put enough plaster into it to level it out. So Christian's obviously sanded it off, bit of easy fill, sanded it again, and then are they happy now with it?
Yeah, they're happy. And we know that we got two types of plaster board, one for the tape and joist and the square edge, but hard to get the square edge plaster board.
Sometimes, yeah. So as I say, it was a different team who done this job, not the usual team. That's why there's a couple of little things like that, whereas the other lads know how to get around them little things. But yeah, other than that, that's it. They're going around painting through now. Kitchen is nearly boxed off. Dad and Lad, Ross and Ray, only lads in today. And was Dad in?
Yeah, he's upstairs.
No, Dad's upstairs.
He's asleep upstairs.
He's asleep because I was pulling a few things down on the handles, and the lads were saying it's Dad. I had to get that right then. So yeah, so looking all right. So you'd be done today, Ross, won't you?
Yeah, basement. Yeah, that's just on the break now.
So is this all? Oh, yeah, we can show. Yeah, so we've actually done
the light.
Yeah. So we put a new door on for the customer. Always that gets pulled on these houses. If the client keeps in this existing timber panelling, if you like, you'd have to make sure you fireboard the other side, which has been done.
Starting now.
Starting now.
Yeah, we got the boards ready.
Okay. So fireboard that. You'll remember or the rotten joist that we found when we stripped the ceiling back. Christine's telling me it's done, so I'm going to have a look for the first time. There, the new one's being put on. The new one again put in there, sitting inside.
Why was it rotten again?
There's the rotten bit there. That whole bit's gone, hasn't it? In my hand. You know what I've just looked at there though? That's just going to rot in it. And drop. You need to put slate in there.
Slate.
So I'd take them out, make them skids there that you put in, the timber skids.
Okay.
And you need to put slate in there instead of the timber, because the same thing's just going to happen.
Okay.
That needs to go, that, mate.
Okay, good point, yeah. Okay, I sort it in the sec. Have you got slate?
So take them out.
Yeah.
And take that out and change that.
And change the slate.
Because it's defeating the object, isn't it?
Yeah.
You wrap that in that,
Yes.
and then you put fucking timber back
Yes, you're right.
in. So you need to take them out, slate at least, or something.
Yeah, slate it up. That's the best.
The same there, look. It's going to happen. That's the same thing's going to happen. You take them out. That'll just rot. That's only soft wood.
Yeah, so again.
So you take them out, put slate in. But it looks better because there. And so you replaced the full ones there then? Fully replacement there, was it? Yeah. Took the old ones out.
Yeah, we took the old one off.
You'll see the boards already on, the insulation's in, and they just basically strapped it up with a new joist all the way along there, and then inside in that section there, and you can see obviously it's a lot much better.
Yeah,
so did you have to prop the floor up?
Yeah, prop the floor up. Hardly. Get in the new joist.
To make it level?
Yeah, make it
You
level.
can see that's fully gone, the old one there, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's fully gone, the old one.
But it's still wet, you can smell the wetness down here. I mean, that board needs screwing back properly as well, and cleaning off a little bit. I mean, a good little clean down here, Christine. So, I mean, the difficulty on these basements is trying to work with what you've got as well. So, because it's the existing floor, it's a little bit uneven, so the ceiling's not going to be fully flat. It doesn't need a skim finish, it just needs to be fireboarded. It is wet, so it's going to take moisture up that, and you don't get much long out of them, really. But the only other way around is getting the wetness out, or to keep it dry down here. It's ventilated, but maybe it needs another vent. But I have to speak to the customer. I mean, if this was one of our properties, I don't even know what we do ourselves really. Probably have to try and find a way of not getting the water anymore, probably tank the wall from the outside, stop it from coming in.
And create ventilation.
And get better ventilation, airflow, yeah. Round here is okay, it's just this end. This area though is bad for this type of basement. This top end of Kensington Fields, this top end, all the basements, even though the properties that we've got in this end of it, if they're all soaking wet. The lower end, for some reason, even though it's downhill, is not as bad. It's just the top end. Do you see we're not far off being done now? The all the M&Es more or less boxed off, lights on, rads are on, all the sockets are on, ready for the painters to just do their bit. Now the doors, all the closers are on, the scutcheons are on, handles are on, windows are nice and clean. Put all them on, that just needs a little rub, that, mate. So we've got Tim, who's our little finishing expert from Manchester, coming over as well to just do a couple of little finishing touches. That's part of our contract of works. A lot of silicone has got to be done. Little bits in the bathrooms, bits that he needs to finish off in the kitchen behind Ross and Ray. And then he'll do the same in the other property as well. So yeah, it looks good in here now. Yeah, so the bathroom's moving along nice, really. The enclosures are coming tomorrow. Looking nice anyway. Nice and snug. So yeah, Tim will come in and finish these off properly. How you getting on in there? Yeah, it looks nice fit anyway.
He's looking at your camera, it's a Sony Alpha.
874.
Are you the new project manager here? John, who you seen coming in when I was driving in, I'm going to get him on the camera in a sec. He's like the new project manager on this job. Now he comes in, asks the lads a million questions. Ross and Ray. He's had Ross and Ray down to basically do a full new refit on his house, but obviously he wants it done for free. And then he phones me and asks me when the lads are going over as if they're his, like he's part of it. But you'll find out in a minute what he's like as a character anyway. You're going to be on our YouTube now, John?
Should be 80.
You're going to be famous now. So John's like the old school landlord, aren't you?
No, not me.
So he's coming in. He's the project manager no one asked for. It's coming in and survey the job for us.
Project managed mine.
You've been in here more times than me, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm not here all the time. I'm in London half the time.
So John's got quite a few houses on Jubilee Drive. He's been doing it for a while now. Don't know how long it is. Do you know how long?
Yeah, long time.
A long time. 2 of them that we done for him.
Because there's lots of cowboy builders.
Lots of cowboy builders, he's saying. He doesn't want to use us because we're too expensive. Do you, John?
Too expensive.
Yeah. He's asking us for a joiner to come over and do fire doors for him on his houses. And when I've said how much it is for the door, he can't believe it. He thinks you can get someone to do it for cheaper, but I said try and find them. And then he said you did find them. And I said, Sam, where are they?
Well, you said you're going to find them.
I will, but
one was doing a prison.
One professional.
One was doing doors for a prison.
And he's got, where is he? Is he still in there?
They haven't locked you up in there, have they?
But normally one professional, only 2 doors able to fit a day.
Yeah, because you got to think you're on a fire door doing properly, otherwise it'll just get pulled.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does proper fire doors. They charge £75, £80 max for fire doors.
For the Halo one. For the light door.
No, light doors are £35. Maybe 40.
If there's a number of them on one job.
It used to be 30. Now
Yeah,
it's
but if
35.
you got to think you got one door.
Well, no, well,
In one, yeah,
15.
but you've got one in one property. They've got to come and set up.
They can do all together.
Yeah. So you can see the discussions me and John must have all the time. He phones me and he messages me.
Why did you throw that fire door out of there?
Which one?
There was a fire door. You threw it out. The basement one.
The smoke seal. If you remember, not was in the framework.
Oh yeah. It was on the door.
Yeah, the basement door, you mean?
Yeah.
Because
did you put a new one in?
Yeah, because the framework.
Why did you want it?
I got it.
Yeah.
You dumped it up here. I took it. I'm going to use that for the basement.
Ah, yeah.
So we got a door now.
So you've got a door?
Yeah, the casing was a problem, basically. The casing.
So what are you going to do
Not
then?
the door.
Not the door, the casing was the problem.
There you go.
So you're going to fit a
we
new...
got door.
Yeah.
And it's got the hinges on it already.
So you just need someone to fit it now?
Yeah, maybe I can fit it.
So you haven't had to buy the
Why are
hinges?
you filming me?
So how many times do you reckon you've been on here walking around now?
I'm going to Leopold.
How long have you been doing Leopold for?
It's been what, 2.5 years, isn't it?
Yeah, but how long have you had it?
Came.
You've had it for 30 years, haven't you?
It's been rented. No, not 30 years ago.
John bought houses round here for like...
15.
How much you pay for it? 20 grand?
They're all different. No.
You did? I'm sure you paid 20 grand
These
for that.
houses, no.
That's what you paid?
I don't pay 20 grand like you.
No, what did you pay to buy them? I'm sure you
I've
paid...
never paid 20 grand.
I've seen...
Oh, you, the first ones, yeah, in 1987, yeah.
So 1987. And I've offered John how many times over the years to buy them in the end, just to take the headache off him, and we'll just build them properly. See you in a bit.
Okay, see you, John.
But he won't do it. As I say, we've done 2 projects with him over the years, and we've basically took them on and we've done like a 50% profit share on them, done the properties up, rented them out, a bit like a rent to rent if you call it, or like a lease option. We agreed to buy them for a set price. We rented them out together, split the profits, but then when we come to the end, John has one way of doing things and we have our way of doing things, and it just didn't align, so we've decided to give him back and he can do what he wants with them. One of them we used to manage in the end, but then we ended up giving that back because it was too much hassle. There's one more house that we still manage for him on Jubilee Drive, and I think at the end of next year we'll probably end up handing keys back on that one as well, just because our visions don't align in terms of what we want to offer as a product and a service. So John, as I say, old school landlord, been at it since the 80s, and he's still developing them same houses. Has nothing on with them, has he?
When he started last year, no? The Leopold one.
Oh, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, so he's been on one. He's been trying to convert one into a 6-bed all-en-suite for 2 years, and to be fair, he's done an okay job considering, but because he's trying to pay cheap, it doesn't work. It takes too long sometimes, and you have the wrong people, and he's had his fingers burnt with the wrong crowd of builders and tradesmen who've come in and done half a job and left, or took money. One of them, the Leopold one, someone took quite a bit of money off him up front and didn't even do what he said. So we have it, you know. You see the difference, can you, in their kitchen compared to the other ones? Oh, mate.
So that's been picked up now, this type of tile.
That's what they want? Sound.
They want to match the worktop.
Looks alright, doesn't it?
And the trim, they want the same type of trim.
What grout's going in then?
White.
White. What's the trim? Chrome?
Bruchette chrome.
They want to swap then?
Yeah, they want the same chrome like a body.
Oh, okay, yeah, sound. Yeah, looks good. So yeah, in this one you can see the kitchen's done, the appliances just got to get fitted. So is that the shallow one?
This is a short, short Protestant, yeah.
Is it?
The slim one, yes, 620.
What make is it?
Fridge Master.
So the specification was American fridge freezer that we put on all our own houses as well for this customer. But where it got designed to be fitted the door where the camera is now, it's too close over, so it wouldn't fit, so you had to get a shallow one. So does it fit?
620 fitting, Alex.
So what's that?
That's 620.
Is it?
Yeah, 900 by 620.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fitting.
Nice, good. That's actually okay as well. Normally we spec the LGs on the other ones, but you can't get a short LG then?
No, just a fridge master too. All what I need to do, I just need to make a 30mm platform. Make sure it's a gas pipe. So I read the box, so the box goes off. I remember about the gas pipe, that's nice and neat by the wall.
So is that all coming off now then?
Yes, all coming off, and that's nicely fitting.
Okay.
And I just need to raise about 30mm, so I worked out everything.
There's another fire door going into the basement, which is a requirement for the HMO licence. And there was an extra that got put on to do. It's been done, so it's just a blank door. Bathrooms now, so it's just the enclosures to do. For us, unfit the mirrors, obviously put the seat on. But everything's on, looks nice. Water's running. What's happened to the seat?
Still in the box.
How is it? Leaving it? Yeah. Actually good specs then, mate. That's good quality.
I think Alan car.
Is it? Good quality then?
Yeah, but just the colour.
Yeah, I don't like the colour, but the quality is good. Good quality.
Yeah, I think they do this type of colour.
Even the rat's good quality. Really good quality then. Taps. So they picked a nice little range there. So yeah, as I say, it's just the enclosures are going now, which are coming this week. And Tim, the magic man, well, is he the magic man? He's not. He's the multi-skilled man. You can do anything. Is coming to finish off these properties. He's going to be one of the last men to come through and work through, get them done, as well as Christian. Clean though in this one. Clean it in here.
Yeah, we kept it here.
So it's got instructions to do.
Yes.
Oh, the other bits as well. Got to put the closers on.
Doors. Yeah, and the closers.
Sound. Okay. Not much left to do then, to be honest with you. So that's it then for today on Liverpool. Another little update on the Jubilee Drive projects that we're doing for the client. And more or less there now. I think maybe you might get it back on the episode next week if we're still able. We're trying to push to get done this week and finished off on what we need to do as part of our contract of works. We may get a little bit extra to do as part of the furnishings, putting tellies up and stuff, but they've said so far they're going to manage it themselves. So as long as we get our bits done by the end of this week, we're all happy. They'll be happy as well. There's a couple of questions that we need to go back and ask them now about a couple of things, but the lads all know what they need to do and they're working through, which is sound. Is that the dog that was lost? No? No. So yeah, so me and Chris have got a few more bits to go through. So I'm going to hand you back over to Chris.
So, one of my logbooks has come through for my private number plate. So remember, I told you in the other episode, probably last week, about I used the points that I earn on the Capital and Tap card to buy private number plates. And my ambition is to get the whole fleet of over 40 odd vehicles, I think it's 45 now, with our private number plates on. And I'd say we're about 40% the way through now, but yeah, another one has been bought. The DVLA is smashing it with logbooks now. I literally put this on yesterday and it's arrived today. It's amazing. So yeah, it's my ambition to get them all. I'm only going to do it through the points of the Capital and Tap card. A couple of you have applied for them now, I know, because I've had the referral fee through, so thank you for that. And you've also earned £75. But don't forget, if you want to earn 1% cash back, not sponsored by Capital and Tap, but if you want to earn 1% cash back, there's a link down below. The link wasn't working, but I've fixed it now. So I've probably lost out on quite a few. But yeah, honestly, it's a no-brainer. What you do, you send the money from your current account to this credit card and you buy your materials or whatever, pay the HMRC, and you earn 1% cash back. If you spend a lot of money on materials or whatever you buy, you can earn quite a lot. Like I say, we earned over 20 odd grand last year, and I reckon we're not far off earning that and then some this financial year. So it's a no-brainer. Links down below. So yeah, Thomas is going to show you. Now you might remember, I think it might be even in one of the very early episodes, Alex and I own a plot of land not too far from HQ, and we've got planning on it to build a light industrial unit, which round here in Stockport are very sought after. So it'll have offices above and it'll have a workshop below, pretty much similar to what we've got now. The original idea was that we were going to go over there and occupy it, but we've just kind of outgrown it. So eventually we're going to find somewhere, maybe the yard we've got now or somewhere else, a super yard where all the businesses will be. But what we'll do is build this, hopefully, and rent it out. Commercial leases are great because you get long-term leases, 10 years, good rents, and the tenants have to maintain the property. So yeah, so TB is going to show you where we're up to on that, because we haven't brought an update for a while. So over to T-Burn West.
So on site at the commercial unit, and I know we've not brought you a lot from here because there's been quite a bit going on behind the scenes. We've had obviously the ground contamination report done, everything like that, everything passed from a planning point of view. Had my meeting with Alex on here and we've been sort of talking about it, but now we've had a structural engineer out, dug a couple more trial holes. So we dug one over in this area here, and it was 400 mil basically before we hit clay on this side, and we dug one on the opposite side of the building, or where the building's going to be, and that was 1100 or 1200 mil before we hit clay. So the land is on like a natural slope because that building on the sort of right hand side as I'm looking at it now is considerably lower, and this one here on the left hand side is quite a bit higher, so naturally the land has a bit of a slant to it. So when the engineer's seen this on site and everything, he suggested a piled foundation for the construction itself. So traditional build in terms of brick and block and not having to do a steel frame or anything. Traditional build with piled foundations, mainly not to upset, you know, the buildings next to us. So here we can see the foundations, the raft foundation of the building next to us. There's a bit of shutter in here and a sort of stepped actual floor level, and the good people at 𝗕𝗨𝗚𝗟𝗗 were sort of explaining how this has been done, how it wasn't done great in terms of the shutter in there has been left in. It's timber, so that's going to rot at a certain point, and you're going to have basically an inch gap-ish, which could collapse on itself if there was any movement underneath. So not the best. So when we're actually doing our work here, we want to make sure everything's being done correctly. So building out a retaining wall, you know, backfilling this side area with concrete, but reinforcing everything just to ensure there's not going to be any movement. So one of the things that 𝗕𝗨 really helpful, as well as a structural engineer, but 𝗕𝗨 taught me through sort of all the different sort of solutions that we could look at. One thing that they suggested was a piled slab for the actual floor itself, which is tied into the retaining wall that we would build, especially on this side here. The reason for that, just to provide additional like lateral stability for the actual retaining wall itself, and then having the piles designed by them or by the engineer. And then yeah, basically like mesh, or you know, sort of L mesh, sort of building up and around to provide that sort of stability as well, where we're sort of retaining and backfilling all of this side with concrete, just to ensure, again, like it's as safe as possible where we're building to the retaining wall and not affecting the building on that side. So what we've got to do now is go back to the office, get an email over to the structural engineer, talk through what 𝗕𝗨 have recommended in terms of the pile design, and then yeah, see where it goes. But hopefully we'll be moving on this in terms of the retaining walls and, you know, the dig out very soon.
This is great entertainment for YouTube. This will get the subscriber right. No more, we're rubbish. I've got a weird shaped head. So that is it for another episode of Every Trade Behind the Build. Hope you're enjoying what we're bringing. Say it every week, but I genuinely do hope you enjoy. I hope we bring a little bit of entertainment. We're trying to be informative. We're trying to aim this at the guys just like us that want to start business, be in business, or just like and love the construction and property industry. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, guys. Come back on Wednesday. Got no idea what's going on in the episodes. We're going to get back to 𝗕𝗏𝗟 at some point. That might be in Sunday's video. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy your time with your families. Let us know if you've liked this video just by clicking the like button. Put a comment down below. We prefer the positive ones. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the videos, because honestly, it helps get the word out, and apparently the algorithm then pushes you out even more. We're only a small channel, but we've got big ambitions to grow. Have a great weekend. Pub time. United. United! Right.